I hate Rego, you hate Rego, everyone hates Rego, but we still need control. And when it comes to controlling your infrastructure, Open Policy Agent or OPA with its Rego language is the undisputed king. In this video, I'll walk you through the core Rego concepts, the syntax that trips everyone up, how to actually write useful policies, how LLMs can speed this up massively, and how it all comes together in Spacelift with the policy library and the workbench. So what is Rego? Well, Rego is the rule language behind Open Policy Agent or OPA. It's open source and it's used everywhere. Kubernetes, Envoy, Terraform, and it's actually the engine Spacelift uses to run policies at different decision points. Rego always works with two things: input data, which is JSON, and your policy rules. The data could be a Terraform plan, a login request, a Kubernetes manifest, whatever you want. Your rules evaluate that JSON and return a decision. And Rego, it's actually a declarative language. You're not writing step-by-step instructions. You describe what should be true, and OPA figures out the evaluation. The feeling is similar to SQL or JQ. So let's go through the building blocks. Every Rego file starts with a package declaration. It's just a namespace for your rules, so you'll write something like package and the name of that particular package. Next, rule. So a rule is a logical assertion about your data. Here's the part that confuses people coming from imperative languages. In Rego v1, every rule with a body needs the if keyword, and every line inside that body is an AND. All conditions must be true for the rule to actually hold. Variables are assigned using the walrus operator, but you'll also see this underscore in brackets a lot, and it trips everyone up. That underscore actually means for any element in this collection, so input.servers with bracket underscore actually iterates over every server without you having to write a for loop per se. The cleaner and modern way to write that same iteration is using the sum in form, so sum server in input.servers. It reads like English and is the style you want in the new v1 policies. The bracket underscore still works, you'll just see it a lot in older code. Then there's also the difference between a complete rule and a partial rule, because this is where the contains keyword comes in. A complete rule returns a single value, such as whether allow is true or false. A partial rule builds up a set, and in v1 you have to mark it with contains. So deny contains message if means add message to the deny set whenever these conditions hold. One more thing that matters a lot right now: Rego has two versions, v0 and v1. The big visible changes are that if and contains are now mandatory, where before they were optional. If you're actually reading older tutorials and the code has no if keyword, that's v0, and OPA can actually help you with auto-converting it for you with OPA FMT and the Rego v1 flag. Now let's build a policy, but let's not do it manually. So Rego's evaluation model is generally a different way of thinking, and this is exactly the kind of thing LLMs are great at helping with. The trick is giving the model the right context. Don't just say write me a Rego policy, paste in the actual input schema, the JSON your run produces, and describe the rule in plain English. Spacelift even has a copy for LLM button under the docs pages, so you can feed the exact policy contract to the model. Of course, you could also use Spacelift Intelligence for that, and I'll get to that later on in the video. LLMs shine in translating a plain English rule into Rego syntax, explaining why a policy isn't matching, refactoring v0 syntax to v1, and generating the test cases that nobody wants to write by hand. You should not blindly trust the output. The model can hallucinate input fields that don't exist in your actual JSON, so you always verify against the real schema and you always test. The LLM gets you 80% of the way there fast, but you should actually own the last 20%. So let's now create a plan policy using Claude Code that restricts EC2 instances with an instance type different from t3.micro when executing Spacelift runs. So I'm on Spacelift's website right now, and here is the plan policy doc, so I can copy it for LLM. So I'm going to start Claude Code in this folder, and as you can see, this is actually empty. So I'll say something like, let's create a plan policy that restricts instance types to t3.micro in Spacelift. Here's the docs. So you can see here what it tries to do. So package Spacelift, you can see the allowed instance type is t3.micro. It picked up the run type to be proposed, and it denies if the instance doesn't have that particular type. So let's say yes. A small change here because it actually left a duplicate message, so let's say yes again. And it actually generated me some JSON input because it wants me to actually test and see if it's working properly. So let's say yes. And now it wants to run OPA eval to see if it's working properly or not. So let's say yes again. So we can see that both cases behave correctly, t3.micro passes, and the bad types are actually caught. Now if you're already using Spacelift, you can leverage the built-in policy library. This is the fastest way to get started, and honestly it's a great learning resource because you see real working Rego in real use cases. So to access the policy library, you have to go to policies and then select templates, and in here you'll see a bunch of different policies with different types. You can filter them by type very easily, and you also can filter them by labels. If you want to inspect the policy, you can just click on the drawer and preview it. And if you're happy with what you're actually seeing, you can easily just click on the import button right here, select a space in which you want this to run, and then click on continue. And of course, I already have this one, so let's add a 2 here. And you can make whatever changes you want to the policy before creating it. You can also feed it to your LLM to understand better what's happening here and what you should change in order to make it accustomed to your particular use case. Next, you can actually test different things using the workbench. So writing Rego blind against an input you can see is miserable. The workbench lets you actually paste in a sample policy input and debug your policy against it right there, so you can see exactly what evaluates to true and what doesn't. So in my example right here, I have two EC2 instances that have the t2.micro shape, and as you can see, my policy will deny instances that have a shape that's different than t3.micro. So if I click on the simulate button right here, you're going to see in the output that I have a deny, because the DR web instance has instance type t2.micro and only t3 is allowed, and the same goes for the primary web one. Of course, we want to test something else, like saying t2.micro, and clicking again on simulate, we are going to see that the deny array is empty because our instances actually match this policy. So my actual workflow is this. I grab a policy from the library, I open the workbench with a real sample input, use an LLM to draft the rule changes, debug it live in the workbench, then write the OPA test and commit it through the Terraform provider with a Spacelift policy resource, and that loop is pretty fast and it's solid as well. As mentioned before, you can also use Spacelift Intelligence if you want to generate Rego policies, and let's see that in action. So you have this infra assistant right here, and you can click on it. You should make sure that you are on build, and let's say, please create a plan policy that restricts EC2 instances to t3.large. Add it to my account, call it t3.large. So as you can see, it searched the docs for the plan policy structure, it looked up the plan policy input schema, then it came up with the policy per se, and at the end it asked me, shall I go ahead and create it? Please reply yes or confirm. Let's say yes. And the policy was created and I got redirected to the policy per se. So I can save the changes if I want or not. It created it in Rego v0, but I can, ask it to just make it Rego v1 if I want. So let's recap. Rego is declarative, it works on JSON input, every line in a rule is an AND, you test it like real code, LLMs accelerate the writing as long as you can verify it, and Spacelift gives you the library, the workbench, and intelligence to make the whole thing practical. If you want to learn more about Spacelift, try it for free, and that's it for this one. I'll see you the next time.